The U.S. has lost more than 5.5 million manufacturing jobs to overseas companies. The new documentary, American Made Movie, sheds a light on this problem and what we can do about it. Take a look.
When you, as an economy, get rid of your manufacturing base, the results are very cataclysmic. You have a domino effect.
You know, I always said our motto was, you dream it, we build it. Suddenly, I seen the sales dropping off.
Mark called me up, he said, Dad, we lost a job. He said somebody outbid us.
It's not within the United States, it's somebody overseas.
Since the year 2000, we've lost about 5.5 million manufacturing jobs. That loss in manufacturing jobs is kind of the backbone that has caused this incredible unemployment.
Please welcome the director of American Made Movie, Vincent Vittorio.
Thanks for being here. What made you pick this topic for a documentary?
Well, you know, my business partner and I have a direct connection with the topic manufacturing from our family connections of working in it and seeing how, you know, it's so important to the middle class and it's so important to realize that we all have this relationship to manufacturing. You know, look at the food movement, for instance. You see that all of a sudden organic was something that was important. People came out in great numbers. They started buying organic foods, and now they're everywhere. You can find them in gas stations as well as a health food store. So we think that same thing can be true with the American Made brand. You know, if you see that label and people come out in great numbers, all of a sudden it's going to be something that demand is going to spark it to where there's going to be more of that in stores, and you're going to see more things made in your local community, your state level, as well as in this country.
Right. Well, we talked about earlier in the show about minimum wage workers and fast food workers not making enough money to pay the extra amount for American-made products. Like, I think that everybody in this room would say, hey, I would love to buy American, but there's a lot of people that say, hey, I can't afford to spend $10 on a T-shirt. I can afford to spend $5 on a T-shirt at Walmart. How do you fix that? Because it's a cycle.
No, you know, there are some cost comparative things, like one of the companies featured in our film is New Balance sneakers. They're actually the last athletic shoe manufacturer. So their shoes are adequately priced to that of a Nike or Adidas.
Absolutely.
But they're making them here in America. Not all of them, but some of them. And so if enough people come out, they support that brand or they buy them, they're going to be able to produce more, employ more people. So there's that element. There's also the element to where there are things that are the higher brow to get that, you know, American-made label, but there's still a lot of things out there that you just have to kind of look at the label. They are made in America.
Does it come down to the company saying, hey, we will profit a little bit less? Like, we're not going to make Nike's type of money, but we're going to make it in the States? Is it
a pride thing.
Right.
You know, it's kind of a double-edged sword because you've got the labor issue. We're never going to be able to compete with that. We can never pay people here what people are paid in Vietnam, China, Pakistan. I mean, it's just that's what it is. But at the same time, with investing in the community and the infrastructure of putting people to work here, we're doing something good for this country. So you just hear the news now about Walmart putting billions of dollars into American-made goods. Well, if people come out and everyone starts spending money on specifically those goods, which I think would be adequately priced, then they're going to have more. And that one shelf will be 2 and 3 and 4. So, like, we as consumers, we have the power to really change the face of manufacturing. I think that, to me, is really exciting. I didn't really get it until we made this film. We're like, man, like, you really can change the face of America.
And it's such a complex issue. How did you go about even researching it to come up with the documentary?
Well, we had a strong research team that, you know, put a lot of time into finding the right stories and getting to know the companies. And I mean, I won't tell you, it wasn't, you know, it wasn't easy. There were a lot of companies that were on the brink of actually going overseas as we were researching, or that didn't really, they weren't who they said they were. As we got deeper and realized, you know, and that's a different type of documentary. But, you know, we found the right stories and were able to kind of connect the viewers to a small, medium, and large company.
Do you blame anybody for this?
You know, I think it's just, I blame our society. I think that ultimately we are not looking at the quality of the good or what it means to us, but it's just that ownership, we just got to get something quick. And we have to put pride of ownership in things. I mean, you look at like our parents and grandparents, and like they would have a stove that was with them for 20 years. Now you get a 3-year warranty and you think it means something. You know, it's like we don't have this pride for things, and I think that to me is what's changing as you see people looking for finer goods or things that matter. But you know, that's I think there's a bright day ahead.
Yeah. Well, I certainly love what you're doing, and I love the fact that you're not. It's not politically driven. It seemed like it was very, just stating fact.
And it's a great movie. So make sure your documentary, I should say. So make sure you check out American Made movie. It's playing at the AMC 600 North Michigan Theater now through September 5th. So you have a short window to check it out.
Thank you so much. And I'll be there tonight at 8 o'clock for a Q&A. So I'd love to see all of you come out. It would mean a lot. It's a really powerful film.
It is. It is.